Meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets! Oh, they're hollering and cheering and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball club.
Mets have made it official that they have landed, yes, the 33-year-old reliever, that being an Aaron Loup. A really solid sign for them. Nothing bad whatsoever. LFGM, what is up, guys? Hype in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe button. As always, if you're new to the channel, I love you guys all so much. You guys are spamming away. I love it so much, guys. Thank you all so much. How are we feeling about this signing, guys? How you feeling? Make sure to let me know, as always. Let me know, guys. How's everybody doing? What is up, guys? What is up? How we doing? How we doing? Again, really good pickup. I know it might be a little hard to see his numbers here, but I want to give you guys this kind of display. Things a little bit different. So it's going to rotate. And it's going to show his numbers all the way through. Yes, the stream has started, in fact. What is up, guys? How we doing? How we doing, guys? Hype in the chat. Hit that like and subscribe button. As always, if you're new to the channel, help us get 50 likes for our first short-term goal. But what are your thoughts? Yo, what is up, guys? What is up? How we feeling? You guys like this signing? I do. It seems obvious now. The Mets, literally a couple hours after they make Zach Scott officially their new GM, bam, they already have a signing in place and get a lefty reliever here. This looks like this is a lefty they are probably going for now. And, you know, does that mean that Josh Hader is out of the picture? Possibly. I'm not going to bank on it, though, until the offseason wraps up. But what's up, Gregory? What is up? What is up, my man? Happy to have you here. Happy to have all you lovely Mets fans in here, as always. Again, I know that this caught a lot of people off guard. I completely understand it. But again, I'm really happy to have all you lovely Mets fans here. This has been really fun. And yes, you all get a shout out. Rocky, all you guys, thank you all so much for the hype. All the LFGMs, I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, here I thought I was going to be done today. And nope, we are still going strong here. We are still going strong. That is for sure. So yes, you guys see here, the Mets land him on a one-year deal. A smart move, if you ask me. You guys can see his numbers here as well. So yeah, no, again, I have slight concerns just because of how he did in the short 2020 season was great. But after that, he didn't do too much. I mean, he really had a great start early in his career in the 2012 and 2013 season with the Blue Jays. Jeffers, what is up? But since then, things were pretty rocky, up and down, trending upwards in regards to his ERA, which is not a great sign. But in 2020, had a really strong bounce back year after dealing with injury that left him out for basically the entirety of the 2019 season. Oh, did I see what Joel Sherman tweeted? No, I did not. I was busy staying up for this probably. That's why. But what is up, guys? How we feeling? You like this signing? Make sure to let me know, as always. Imagine thinking the Blue Jays are a wild card team. I don't even like this guy's stuff. His four seam is like a meatball. I wouldn't worry about his four seam too much because you're getting a lot of things with him. And I'm going to tell you guys his numbers right now through Baseball Savant here. So guys, if you're curious about what his pitches are, all right, so it's a one-year deal, as we know. I can let you guys know the dollars here in a second because I just don't have them currently up with me. All I saw was that it was a one-year deal. So I'll let you know the dollars here in due time, guys. Just bear with me because the Mets didn't make it official, and the Mets didn't make it official yet either. I'm almost certain. So just bear with me 1 second, guys. But how we doing? How we doing? Hit that like and subscribe button, as always. So it looks like, let's see here. It's not telling me the dollars on a Loup yet. It's not telling me the dollars on Loup yet. I'm waiting to see confirmation on exactly how much he's going to be making. But the Mets did land him. It's funny because literally like shortly after I had the live stream, of course this happens, right? So we're going out for round two. Well, at least go an hour here plus to discuss everything regarding Loup. So again, regardless, it's not a lot of money that the Mets paid. I can assure you that much. But to add on quick before we find out the exact numbers, here we go, guys. I'm going to tell you guys his pitches right now. And thank you all so much again for being here. Mets fans, what is up? Breaking news stream for Loup. Yikes. No, Adam, we're having fun here. We're having fun here, buddy. Trust me. I'd much rather do a live stream than do a quick video. Morty, do you like game pitchers or do you want like other people? What do you mean? I like pitchers. I like all positions. I'm very happy the Mets finally got a lefty here. All right, so looking at his numbers through the 2020 season, guys, he has multiple pitches in his arsenal. He has a sinker that tops out right around, here we have 92 miles per hour. His cutter right around 85.4 miles per hour. His curveball is right around 76.5 miles per hour. His changeup is 80.6 miles per hour on average. And that looks like that was it during the 2020 season, at least. So a lot of off-speed stuff, a lot of strong off-speed stuff. And he has had some good command with them for sure that led him to having success with the Rays in the short 2020 season. He isn't bad. He isn't bad. Let me put it this way. He's not consistent in the level of Brad Hand, but the Mets are literally getting him for nothing. You cannot go wrong here. You cannot go wrong whatsoever. This is a solid pickup for the Mets. And look, if this was the move the Mets felt that they would want to make for the lefty, then okay. Does that mean that they won't do anything else in the bullpen? No, that's not true. They could still very well do other things in the bullpen. So I guess we'll see. But how are we feeling, guys? Do you like this sign? Let me know more of your thoughts. I'd love to hear it. And as always, smash that like and subscribe button. Help us get to 100 likes, guys. It would really mean a lot. How are we feeling, though, Mets fans? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? I know. It's so funny. I literally, of course, I had to end my live stream when I did. I had a gut feeling that would change soon. Can the Mets sign Doolittle? No, I doubt it, Mark. I doubt it. Oh, okay. So in regards to Loup, she's just basically saying how it's kind of fluff in regards to the Dodgers, rumored to be going for $250 million deal with Bauer. So I guess we'll see what happens there. But how are we feeling, though, guys? Again, I think this is a really solid pickup. I was going to have some clips here for you in regards to the player itself, but I would be copyrighted because of the length of them. I don't have enough time to cut them up. But he has some really strong off-speed stuff. I already saw some of his... Literally, as soon as I ended the previous live stream, guys, I went and looked up everything in regards to Loup and everything I wanted to know about him because I had a gut feeling we would find out a signing of him today. And let alone it happens within the same hour after ending my live stream. It just... That's what happens, right? Yeah, I'm sure Loop's physical is going to be fine. I mean, that's true. I mean, it seems like, look, Hader is still a possibility. I'm not going to say he's out of the realm possibility, but the Mets would obviously have to get rid of Familia at that point and shake up some things with the roster, which I believe that they're going to do this offseason. Are they going to add another bullpen piece, another lefty? I'm not sure. It seems like the likelihood isn't as strong now, but still things could hold true in regards to Kane. Kane is still very much a possibility, I would say. What's going on with Steve Cohen with GameStop? Nothing. Steve Cohen bailed out GameStop. That's what he did. Nothing to worry about there. GameStop was literally going shit, and their shares are from what, $18 to $300 a share because of Cohen's investment. So nothing to worry about. That's separate. Imagine Trevor Bauer signs. Oh my God, what a long day that would be. I would still be pumped though. That would be the kind of energy I'd be looking for. But how are we feeling, Mets fan? Justin Wilson out? I would say Wilson looks out as of now. I don't see the Mets necessarily targeting Wilson at this point. They basically just got his replacement. That's not necessarily true at all, Liam. The Mets, if they land Bauer, they're going to go over the luxury tax, and they still have other things to do with this offseason. They didn't go for Springer because he felt he honestly wasn't deserving of the deal that he received with the Jays, given the length. If they get Bauer, they're getting him on a shorter-term deal, which makes them be able to focus on long-term success still. They don't have as much of a focus there with Springer at 6 years, $150 million. That was their mindset behind it. There's a difference. You were getting nervous. Why were you getting nervous, Mike? Why were you getting nervous? But as always, guys, please make sure to smash that like and subscribe on. It really mean a lot. All of my lovely Mets fans, get some hype here in the chat. I would love to hear it, guys. Help us get to 100 likes. Yeah, I mean, this definitely helps the Mets bullpen. There's no question. And now you have to wonder, what is the fate going to be for guys like Familia amongst some others? And, you know, the Mats and Lucchesi situation, I think we're going to find a resolution on that fairly soon, especially when we find out about Bauer. Wardy must have 399 coffees a day. He's hyped up 4 a.m. Luke, I don't drink coffee. So there's that. Why do the Mets not go after Gio Gonzalez? I mean, Gonzalez literally is like at the end of his career. You know, I'm fine with the Mets not going after Gio. Jays had to overpower for Springer because no one wants to play in Toronto. I don't think that's fully true, Matthew. But I think they had to overpay for him for sure. That's what you have to do to get big name free agents. Is there a deal in the waiting for Bryant, Penny, and Bauer signing? I mean, your guess is as good as mine, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. If we can't get Arenado, I want to give up JD Davis, give him a chance. Lindor next to him should help. It definitely will help him. There's no doubt, Tim. I would like to give him a chance too. I'm just not sure if the Mets feel the same way. I want the Mets to trade for Hyun-Jin Ryu. They're not going to do that. Trust me. The last thing the Jays are going to do is get rid of one of their better pitchers. Not happening. I'm sorry, Mark, but all your proposals have unfortunately been swings and misses because they're just not realistic at this point in time, my friend. But what's up, guys? How do you feel about this signing? How do you feel about Loup? Have you guys followed him at all during this past year in 2020 season? I saw some games with him during the Rays this past year, in which he looked solid. Obviously, was a good part of that bullpen. Had a strong year. Obviously, we just hope for his sake that he replicates that success, can be consistent with the Mets on this one-year deal. A low risk, high reward situation. I just hope for the Mets' sake that this definitely works out according to plan, because you get a guy that really worked well, but with an analytically driven team in the smaller market in the Rays. We all know they're great with analytics. The Mets have a great analytics group now, so hopefully that transitions smoothly. I mean, Arenado is not a dumb Mets fan idea, Adam. I don't think that's a dumb idea at all, and I've been a heavy advocate for Arenado for a while, so I respectfully disagree. Woody, I remember from yesterday, can I be a mod? I love to help out. All right, fine. All right, I'll give one mod. I will give one other mod out, and I'm pretty sure I know who I want to give that mod to, so it all depends on if he's still here or not. And then that's it for mods for tonight. Adam, that's fine if you don't like Arenado. I just don't agree with you. Metsies need that lefty with playoff experience. Yeah, no, definitely the short 2020 season helped his cause. There's no doubting that. Wilson may be a better option, but it's clearly an option either one, the Mets didn't want to go down, or two, maybe Wilson didn't want to go down. Maybe they didn't want to reunite there, or maybe it's both sides. I don't know. That's something I don't have an answer to. I was a little baffled a little bit when I saw that the Mets allowed him to walk and basically didn't tender him, but we'll see. I heard the Mets have a small analytics department. Did things change with Cohen? Absolutely. It's a 9-day difference with Cohen regime in now. Their new GM is the analytics guru. What's up, Matthew? Okay, Matthew. Yes, you get it. You get it, Matthew. And then that's it for today's moderators. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Tim. I completely agree. I feel like the Mets are reaching with this pickup. I don't think they're reaching much because it's literally a no-risk move. They're probably getting him for a very low AAV one-year deal. So, again, it's not reaching. It would be reaching if they gave him a big contract, but they're not on a longer term. Solid signing for the Mets, though. I don't dislike this whatsoever. I really don't have an issue with this. All right, I'll put you guys on to his pitches again for the people in the back just joined today's stream. So again, the Mets signed Loup to a one-year deal here, and if you look at his pitches according to 2020 Baseball Savant, his sinker is his top pitcher, one of them, at 92 miles per hour. Then you have his cutter that is right around 85.5 miles per hour. His curveball 77.5 miles per hour, and his changeup 80.6 miles per hour. So not bad whatsoever. A lot of off-speed stuff. Clearly, that's his big stuff. Why did we not sign Bauer? Patience is a virtue, John. It's the same reason why no one else has signed Bauer. Oh, I know. This signing is only more telling if you ask me that the Mets are going to prioritize other positions heavier, possibly. Yeah, no, again, the Mets are not done this offseason. That's clear. I'll be interested. What the heck is going on with JBJ? We hear nothing from his camp. Apparently, JBJ rejected the offer the Mets gave him, or feels hesitant right now because the Mets aren't guaranteeing him, the role at center field, because the Mets, as I figured, as of right now, at least what reports are indicating, have not prioritized him enough, probably, which isn't all that surprising me. The Mets never came off as fully sold on JBJ. He was never their first option. They might still land him, but him being a lefty, Sandy Alderson made it clear a couple weeks ago they want to go for a righty in the outfield, not so much a lefty. So JBJ, can it happen? Yes, but am I going to bet the farm on it? No, I'm not. Oh my God, for anyone trashing this signing, please stop it. If you think there's any risk here, you know, I have a bridge to sell you then. This is literally a zero risk, high reward situation for the Mets. A 1-year deal, low AAV, nothing wrong here whatsoever. And they're clearly doing this because they know that they have other holes that they have to address in the lab. Who knows, they might even still address more in the bullpen this offseason. Only time is going to tell, guys. I expect players currently on this roster to be traded, and I expect guys that, you know, aren't on the roster to be on the roster. I think they're going to make acquisitions. I do. JBJ is not a platoon situation. If you get JBJ, he's your starting center fielder. I believe Bryant is more likely than Arenado, but I love both. Well, yeah, no, I mean, I think that's fair. There's been more talk as of late with Bryant than Arenado. If the Mets sign JBJ, they have to put Dom Smith in left field. I mean, that's not necessarily true, Mark. As of right now, if they sign JBJ, then it's Brandon Nimmo going to left. Then you figure out what you do with Dom, which is a bigger issue. And that's mainly because of the fact that, as of right now, they're not going to have a DH in the upcoming season, which is unbelievably frustrating. Mets to the bullpen, I think that's a strong possibility if they don't trade him, but I have a gut feeling they're going to trade him. Us signing this guy signifies no Bauer. We need a big... John, again, I'm not even going to entertain it at this point. I don't mean to be rude here, but how does this signing have anything to indicate that the Mets aren't going after Bauer? If anything, it means they are going after Bauer because they're saving a lot of money. The writing is on the wall, my friend. Okay. Time is of an essence. I agree, but at the same time, that goes with all... There's so many names out there still in free agency in the trade market. I know we're 3 weeks from spring training, but that doesn't change anything. What math doesn't add up, Aaron? Please enlighten me. Okay, do you feel comfortable with Diaz as the closer? No, I do not. No, I do not. I would much rather Diaz be the setup guy. Pilar would be a solid option in the outfield. I wouldn't be against Pilar. Righty bat too. A guy that really should have gotten a Gold Glove at this point in his career. I think we could probably all agree. You know, Pilar's a solid option. I'm curious if the Mets would go down that route or not. I'm not sure. Betances is an underrated bounce back player. I'm curious to see how he's going to do in the upcoming season. Am I going live again tonight? No, I'm not. The only way I'm going live 3 times in a day is if something breaking happens with the Mets. And I didn't want to make just a short video on this signing. I figured let's just hop right back in the stream and talk about all you lovely Mets fans. And so that's what I'm doing. Pilar does nothing well. That's not true whatsoever. I don't even know how to answer that. I like Giancarlo when he was with the Marlins, not so much now with the Yanks, obviously. Fangraphs had Jays above Mets in 2021 lineups. Jays are a wildcard team. Well, both teams aren't done with their offseason moves, so I don't care what Fangraphs has to say. Okay. How would you feel just gained center field depth platoon? Still a decent outfield or straight up bad? It's decent, but there's still worries. And at that point, it's like you really hope that your infield is going to be stellar with maybe some other moves. Is the Suarez Gray trade dead? It all depends on Bauer. Bauer will dictate that, obviously. The Mets are not going to get Gray or probably even consider Gray if they land Bauer at that point. How do I feel about the Mets name as Zach Scott as their GM? I love it, Jeffers. I have everything you need to know in my previous live stream earlier today in regards to Zach Scott. I'm in absolute love with it. No issue whatsoever. I really love all you guys being here. Thank you all so much. Again, hit that like and subscribe button. As always, who? Well, you can see right here. You know who it is. You clicked on the video. You know who we're talking about. They still have Castro in the bullpen. Where does he fit in? Good question. Good question. I will have a better answer for you once they get done with this offseason moves. Because Castro, I honestly forgot about for a while because the Mets trade for him last minute this past season. You know, he has some upside there still. I wouldn't know, Mike. I don't have O'Day's numbers in front of me right now. I can't answer that at the moment. I can in a minute, though. Rotation of DeGrom, Bauer, Carrasco, Stroman, Syndergaard could be one of the best in 21st. It could be amazing. It really could. Who do you want to be closer? As of right now, who do I want to be closer? As of right now, it's tough because like Lugo is so great going more than like one inning, like more as a setup guy. Who would I want to be closer? I don't know who I would want to be closer right now. I gotta be honest with you. I don't have a certainty there. Yelich is not going anywhere. I mean, in retrospect, yes, the Mets did save $10 million doing this versus Hand. So we'll see what happens. If he has a similar year to what he had with the Rays, if he can put up, you know, a 3.5 ERA or lower, then that's a huge win for the Mets. Devin, why are you saying literally who? My guy, you clicked on the live stream. The title has it. The name is on the screen. Oh, why are you guys acting like that? Stop it. Yeah, I think it's a solid pickup too. I really do. Again, I know he's, like many relievers, he's had inconsistencies in his career, but I think this is going to benefit the Mets plenty. I do, especially because how cheap they're getting him. How much is the contract? I've yet to find out the exact dollars that he'll be making, but I would be very remiss to suggest it's expensive at all. I would assume it's going to be a very cheap one-year deal probably for the Mets. Yeah, once I find out the dollars, I'll let you guys know. That has not been made official yet. At least it's from what I'm seeing. And he also has a 3.58 career FIP, which is actually pretty solid. So I will take that any day of the week. This was a solid pickup, Daniel. I mean, I would have liked Wilson coming back, but there was clearly a reason why that didn't happen. Loup was hurt during the 2019 season, but he's been fine since then. Who would you rather pick up as your center fielder? JBJ or JBJ? Ozuna isn't a center fielder, so he's literally not. He's a left fielder and mainly a DH at this point in his career. How do I feel about Corey Kluber? Kluber had a great career. You know, it'll be interesting to see how he does with the Yankees. If he can be somewhat of what he once was before his injuries, then bam, that's great. But you know, at this point in his career, you are banking on a lot. It's a low risk deal though. Loup hasn't been as consistent as I would like to see. He started off his career really well his first 2 years, as you guys can see in the stats over here that's going through the slideshow. But this past short season, he looked really well. So hopefully, again, if he can just pitch to a 3.5 ERA or lower, you're good. Jack, you don't know what fear is. We watched Edwin Diaz in 2019. Get out of here. Who will be the Mets' backup catcher? Nito? As of right now, I would definitely say it's Nito. Unless they do something about it. What's my prediction? Arenado or Bryant? I mean, Bryant may seem more the likely fit right now. I would love Arenado night and day more. But I would say Bryant just because he's been in the rumor mill more lately. Is Loup good? He had a really strong in 2020 season. So we'll see how he does in a bigger role in this low risk, high reward situation for the Mets here. Yeah, that was a hypothetical by Joel Sherman. That was interesting talking about Ian Desmond. That's interesting. Very interesting. I would have never even thought about Ian Desmond as an option. Rockies want to dump salary. Nemo Davis and Miley might do it. We're taking on major salary. I mean, yeah, I know. We'll see what happens there. I'm really curious to see if anything what Sherman said comes to fruition or not. That's very interesting. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the chat. Keep it going, guys. And please make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. As always, if you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate it, guys. We're doing great things, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. I'm not in love with the Ian Desmond thing though. Defensively, he's not much of an upgrade. What do you think of saving a few bucks and getting Tanaka? Tanaka's going back to Japan, James. Stay away from Arenado. No, I will not, Daniel. Bauer and JBJ. Yeah, I know. I don't know. It seems like Bauer's actually more likely than JBJ right now. You think Kane and Hader deal is still possible? Hader feels less likely now that this has happened. Unfortunately, it was kind of bad timing on my part, but again, there are still reasons to acknowledge it, and especially Kane. Kane could still be an option. Kane could actually be a realistic option for the Mets should they go down that route. Again, something tells me that Molina is still going to go back to the Cardinals. Yeah, I know. Desmond is in the twilight of his career now. I've seen a video of highlights of Loup, and my God, he's nasty. I mean, granted, though, I was trying to find... He has some solid stuff, he does. He's just about consistency. If the Mets can utilize him in kind of a similar manner that the Rays did in the shortened season, then it's a huge win. Is that the Mets alternate jersey this year you are wearing? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's actually just a shirtsy that has Syndergaard on the back. It's not their alternate this year. Yeah, I obviously wouldn't want to part ways with Dom. That would be tough. You would assume that maybe that's a route that the Rockies would want to go down. I hope not in that type of hypothetical. But at the same time, would I consider it to get Arenado? Absolutely. Arenado is, even at this point in his career, he would bring so much to the Mets. And if the Mets don't have a DH in the upcoming season, it makes him more susceptible. Again, I love Dom. I don't want to see him go. But would I consider it as a focal point of landing Arenado? Yes, I would. Yeah, strong thoughts here from Jeremy. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, no. Again, if he's utilized right, I think this can very well be a good pickup for the Mets for sure. What is up, buddy? How's it going? Happy to have you here. Take care. You too, Gardner. Happy to have you here as always, my friend. Is Loup any good? Yes, he is pretty solid, Jeremy. He is pretty solid. I have the numbers I'm pulling up here in the live stream, as you guys can see as well. Hope I had time to grab a snack out. That's funny. That's funny. I'm not sold that we'll be stuck with Famili's contract this year. Again, time will tell, but the offseason is still very much alive. Look, again, there's literally little to no risk in the situation for the Mets. They add Loup, who had a strong shortened season. They needed a lefty in the pen that can actually contribute. And if he puts up, a 3.5 ERA or lower, that's a huge win. And you're saving millions of dollars in doing so versus going for hands. So, do you want to trade for Arenado, or are you banking on him opting out and signing him? I would want to trade. I don't see Arenado opting out, even with the Rockies. I don't. Good insight, Robert. I like it. No, I know. There are clear worries with Kane. Don't get me wrong. He isn't my first choice at center field either. But there are upsides to go down that route also. Especially because you can basically hope that he stays healthy. He's still going to contribute. He still has a great glove. And then you can hopefully, by the time that contract is done, and he's done with the Mets 2 years, then Crow Armstrong could be in a better spot to be on the Mets roster, either that upcoming season in the third year or in the fourth year. Again, Kane isn't my first option. Let me make that clear. But he isn't a terrible one. He's not nearly as bad as what the eye first told me once I started doing my research. There's still plenty of upside with him. Is Bauer next? I don't know. I would love to find out about Bauer sooner than later, but you know, your guess is as good as mine. Trust me. Yeah, I know, Matthew. It's a joke. As of right now, I think the Braves are still winning the division, but the Mets aren't done this offseason. So, will the Mets go forward without making a trade for a center fielder? I think the Mets are going to address the outfield still. Whether that's through free agency or trade market, that is a big question. Bauer, JBJ, and Bryant. I would be down for that. I would. I don't think that's going to come to fruition, though. I think Bauer would be worth it because of the immediate impact he'd have on the team, because they're not going long term with him. You'd easily make their rotation one of, if not the best in all baseball. Malik Smith could very well help out defensively, no doubt, but the Mets want plenty of security there. If Mets get Bauer, I feel more confident with them winning the division. I do. Not sold on it, but I feel more confident. Grichuk for Mats. I know there's been a lot of talk about that between the Jays and the Mets. Obviously, that would be interesting. Oh, thank you so much, Mick. I really appreciate that. Happy to have you here. Reunion with Turner. I think it's possible, but not nearly as likely as some other options. Do the Mets have any ties to Odorizzi? They did way early in the offseason, but there's been nothing reported since then. Yeah, Steven, look, Bauer's going to sign when he wants to sign. Nothing we can do about it, unfortunately, right? Who would I want next besides Bauer? Who would I want next besides Bauer? I would just like an answer in regards to the outfield, honestly. Do I like the signing? I do, Oscar. I really do. I have a very solid, low-risk, high-reward signing for the Mets. You think the Mets will get Bauer and Bryant to cap off the offseason? That would be something. I wouldn't be against that, Matthew. That's for sure. Definitely would not be against that. Bauer going to sign today because it's the 27th. Ooh, look at you. More investigative journalism. That's what I like to see, Matthew. That's funny. Look, if Bauer does sign today, then I will quote you as the one that made it happen. So time will tell, right? Odorizzi didn't go to the Yankees. What's up, Elliot? How's it going? Why no Billy or Todd Father? Both players the Mets don't need. That's why. You know, look, I don't want the Mets to trade Dom. I don't. I would like the Mets to get a good center fielder too. I completely agree. Great shopping at Macy's now. Do you think we'll extend Conforto now or wait until free agency? I have a feeling that they might wait a little bit. But as always, guys, if you're new, please make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. It really mean a lot. Again, I really appreciate all you lovely Mets fans being here. This has been a lot of fun. Again, continue to let me know your thoughts on the signings. I would love to hear it as always. Especially, please help us get 150 likes for our next short-term goal in the stream. It would mean a lot, guys. Daniel, I don't know who you're talking about. You need to settle everyday third base in this order: Arenado, Suarez, Ramirez, JD Davis, and Bryant. Yeah, Malik Smith is a better Billy Hamilton. What's Nemo's status? He's still on the roster. That's his status right now. Almora, I think, is still an option, but a depth option. Resign Vargas, hell to the no. Oh, thank you so much, Lester. I really appreciate you, my friend. Thank you kindly. Are we stealing bases this year? Oh, definitely more than previous years, Robert. Just with Lindor alone in that lap, you know, things are only going to get better with speed. Oh, thank you so much, Abraham. I really appreciate that. LFGM indeed. When do I think Bauer makes his decision? Either right before or right at February 1st. Oh, I didn't know that, Daniel. I actually didn't know that. Interesting. Escape. Just be consistent, my friend. No, be passionate about what you're talking about. Try to have good quality, and all those things combined. You know, it's definitely a learning curve. I did not get to where I am right now if it didn't without taking over a year of practice and development. Bring Big Sexy back. I would love Cologne back, but it ain't gonna happen, obviously. Do you think the Mets should go after Marwin Gonzalez? No, I don't. I know there still is a chance for the DH and the NL, but I have to see it to believe it, because right now it's not looking too great. All right, guys, when do you think the next deal for the Mets is going to happen? Give me your hypotheticals. Oh, Martinez, I respectfully disagree. As much as I love Dom, he's no Arenado. When you have the chance to get the best third baseman to ever touch the MLB since Mike Schmidt, you do it. In my personal opinion, at least. But again, we can respectfully agree to disagree. I think Bauer goes to the Angels. I mean, the Angels have a strong shot. We know this. It would not surprise me if he still went there. Why do I like the DH? Because it helps the Mets out tremendously. And one, it makes things universal. I like things level-headed with both leagues. It pisses me off that it's just in one league. Gives an advantage. It prolongs players' careers, so why can't it be on both sides of the coin? Cheapers. What Mets prospects do you think will make their debut this season? I think the pitcher, where I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, Skapski. You know what I mean. I'm going to butcher his last name. Yeah, I've heard a lot of conflicting things about Bauer and Callaway during their time in Cleveland. Let's see. Next deal, I'm not holding my breath with the asking prices. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Yo, if we lose Bauer to the Angels, I'm going to lose it. I hope you don't lose it, Michael. I hope you don't. I think the order of who has the best shot to sign Bauer is 1 Mets, 2 Dodgers, 3. Yeah, the Dodgers ahead of the Angels. Interesting. Colome is another option too. I remember when the Mets trade got him from the Phillies. It's not about what Bauer's worth. You always have to overpay in free agency, especially when it's the biggest name in free agency, guys. All right. Is he going to be worth the money? Probably not. But what's all that's going to matter is the immediate impact he's going to have on the roster. If it's between a 1 and 3 year deal and the Mets have very deep playoff runs in the process and possibly even, not going to jinx it, but you know what I'm saying, if they get to that point with him, then it is worth it in the end. All right. So really, players are never really worth that kind of money as it is. But if it gets you to where you want to be, then yes, it is worth it in the long run. Well, Ozuna is a great bat, but defensively, it doesn't make sense. How much was the Loup deal for? I still don't know, Noah. It has not been reported. It's just a 1 year deal. I assume it's a low AAV. It's not going to be expensive. Yeah, and you're right, Liam. The president did come out and say that they were done with the bigger signings. I didn't jinx it, Daniel. Don't worry. I didn't say anything. I want Castillo to pitch for the Mets. I would love him to pitch for the Mets, but it doesn't seem likely right now. Matthew, maybe I'll show the prospects another stream, because if I do that right now, it's going to make the stream all wacky, because I need to set it up a certain way beforehand, and it's just going to lag and all that stuff. I don't want to do that right now. I'm not against Taiwan Walker, but again, it seems that the Mets are not going for that kind of depth. The Mets have already went for depth in the rotation. Now they want a big name. They want another big name. Louis, good question. I have no clue. We're still trying to find that out, buddy. You know, again, I love Dom. I think we have still yet, we still haven't seen the best from Dom yet, which is very enticing. Yes, Cole, I do, and I think you spelled his name wrong, but you know who I'm talking about. No one's forgetting that Nimmo was ranked there, but that's because of his on base, not because of his defense, Mike. Rather have Smith and Justin Turner for third base instead of Arenado and wait for DH. Yeah, again, I respectfully disagree, Jay Martinez, but that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Again, no one's saying it's a guarantee if the Mets were to say land Arenado in a hypothetical that they would have to give up Smith. We don't know. We simply don't know right now. I'm not against Pilar. There has not been anything new regarding Arenado that I've seen. The jacket is literally behind me. It's just hot in my room. I don't feel like wearing it at the moment. But again, guys, thank you all so much for being here. Please make sure to smash that like and subscribe button. As always, guys, we're probably going to go on for another 10 minutes here, right until the 5 p.m. Eastern mark. So just around 10 minutes away. So please make sure to get in your last thoughts and help us get to 200 likes by the end of the stream. It would really mean a lot, guys. Seriously, thank you all so much for the countless support. This has been awesome. I could see Bauer signing a 3-year deal. I could. My predictions for how the Mets are going to close out the offseason. Again, it's really tough. It seems like they have a strong chance at Bauer. Regardless of if they land Bauer or not, I think that they're going to make trades. I think the Mets are going to trade for a third baseman. And I think that the Mets are going to trade possibly for an outfielder still. Bryant Cumming, another possibility. Possibility may have gone a little bit higher now that the Jays got Simeon. It looks like they're done with their bigger moves this offseason, possibly. Should the Mets go after James Paxton? No, I don't think they should, Robert. I don't think they should whatsoever. He wouldn't fit in the rotation currently. Oh, and Ernie, thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you for being here, Cooler Kane. I appreciate you, my man. What acquisitions would tip the scales for you to predict the Mets winning the NL East this season? Oh, definitely getting a dominant third base. No doubt. if you know, one, if they get Bauer, I'm feeling pretty confident that the Mets have a strong chance at winning the division. But especially if they get a third baseman, if they're able to somehow land one of a Bryant or Arenado, just a bigger name third base still, then I'm feeling confident. I would love them to just add help defense there. Among other things in the outfield, for sure. I would love Buxton. Buxton's my dream, but unfortunately, Buxton doesn't seem like a strong reality right now. I see neither, to answer your question about the Braves. Also, my fellow Mets brothers, Brian sucks. Yeah. What do you say about Daniel Murphy reunion? I say hell to the no, Miss K. You watch Pat McAfee? Yes, I do. He's a good guy. Eric, Mark Healy is also the same reporter who led all of us Mets fans to possibly believing that they would have a deal done in place for someone right around New Year's. He stated that within the next 48 hours leading up to New Year's and the weekend, that he had a source that told him that the Mets are going to make a big signing. Never came to fruition. I even did a video on it and I fell for it. So, yeah, I'm not going to take Mark Healy's thoughts right now with much insight until he proves me otherwise. Oh, Senzel. Oh, I don't know. He's interesting from the Reds. He had a lot of hype. I don't know where he's currently at in regards to his career though. Offseason predictions are Bauer, sign a center fielder like Pilar or JBJ, trade for Bryant, and give Cubs Steven Matz Familian prospect. Cubs aren't taking that. Cubs are trying to freeze salary, not take on salary. Do I see Bryant with the Braves? I think it's possible. I think Bryant could land with the Braves, but I think Bryant could land with multiple teams. I think Bryant could land with the Nationals possibly also, if not the Mets. Gave you Justin Turner. Interesting. Interesting, guys. I don't think the Mets are going after Castillo. I think that he's too much of a cost right now. I wouldn't mind if the Mets still try for Hader. I would love that, but he will be a decent cost. We all know this. Oh, Tim, thank you so much for the dono, Tim. Thank you kindly, my friend. That you did not need to do that, so I really do appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much. Put some hype in the chat. Put some dono hype for Tim, guys. Thank you so much, Tim. That was very kind of you for the donation. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm happy to have you here as always. You know, awesome. That was very, very kind. I'll go right to the channel, I assure you. Oh my god, guys. What a way to end the stream. Fuzzy just followed me on Twitter. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's awesome. The DH would help the Mets, but it's not possible. If you hit, you play the field. I know. Oh my. Oh, you guys are too kind. Again, this is a really fun live stream. We're going to go for a couple more minutes, guys. So get your final thoughts in. Again, Tim, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. That was unbelievably kind of you. The DH would help the Mets, but it's not baseball. I mean, it is baseball. You can't say it's not baseball. I get that people like to be traditionalists, but it's going to help the Mets. Oh, thank you, Tommy. Have a great day, buddy. Who is Aaron Loup? A very solid left-handed pitcher. that the Mets signed for their bullpen. That's who Aaron Loup is. Matthew, wouldn't that be something? I wouldn't be upset. I can tell you that much. The Mets aren't going to get Ozuna. Osuna, I should say, not the hitter Ozuna, the reliever Ozuna, the one with the abuse behind him. Are the Mets still going after Bauer? Yes, they are, Dale. What do you think is percentage chance of Mets landing Bauer? I'm trying to think what percent I said last time, honestly. I think I said like between 50 and 60. What do you think of a realistic percentage chance Mets land Bauer? I'd say realistic right now, it's between 50 and 60. Can we get the batter Ozuna? I mean, especially with DH uncertainty, it just doesn't seem like the fit. Oh, I have faith, Michael, but again, I'm not going to jump. I'm not going to jump the board here. I will be gladly, pleasantly surprised. Let's put it that way. The Mets didn't overpay Springer because of the term. That was the difference. Springer got 6 years of $150 million. The Mets didn't want to give him 6 years, upwards of $150. They're willing to go for a higher AAV for Bauer because they're not going past 3 years for him more than likely. That's the difference. That's why they can still focus both on short-term and long-term success. You're at more of a risk there if you're committing 6 years to Springer. Kyler, what's up, buddy? We're actually about to just end the stream, but the Mets have signed a solid reliever that's basically going to be that lefty as of now, looks like, that being an Aaron Loup. He was originally with the Rays last season and put up some good numbers. A 2.5 ERA in the short 2020 season. But again, thank you all so much, Mets fans, for being here. It means the world. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, guys. I'm going to end the video the only way I know how, but I really appreciate you all again. Expect plenty more great, consistent content here on the channel. Smash that like, smash that subscribe button, all those great things. If you see me for a live stream again today, it is because, again, something happened with the Mets. So have a great day, everyone, but stay tuned. I'm going to end this the only way I know how.
Meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets. Oh, they're hollering and cheering and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets. All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball club, the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell, give 'em a hand, and let 'em know you're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York town.